Think It Up is an initiative to activate student-powered, teacher-led learning projects. Students and teachers, how can you spark great learning experiences in your classrooms today? Join at thinkitup.org.
Is this the tether?
This is the KBLA Sports Minute with Ray Richardson.
Kendrick Lamar and Beyonce have been nominated for Emmy Awards for their halftime performances at NFL games. Lamar has 4 nominations for his halftime performance at last season's Super Bowl in New Orleans. The Compton native was nominated for Outstanding Live Variety Special, Outstanding Directing for a Variety Special, Outstanding Music Directing, and Outstanding Choreography. Beyonce was also nominated for Outstanding Live Variety Special for her performance on Christmas Day during halftime of the Houston Texans-Baltimore Ravens game in Houston. Beyonce did her performance with the HBCU Texas Southern University Ocean of Soul Marching Band. The Emmy Awards show is September 14th, 5 p.m. Pacific Time on CBS. Major League Baseball honored Hank Aaron last night during the All-Star Game in Atlanta. Aaron passed Babe Ruth in 1974 to become, at that time, baseball's all-time home run leader. No debates, no speculation, just the info you need. That's your KBLA Sports Minute. I'm Ray Richardson on KBLA Talk 1580.
At KBLA Talk 1580, we're proud to be celebrating 4 years on the air, but we know we could not have made it this far without you. We work hard every single day to curate conversations that will enlighten, encourage, and empower you. So, from all of us at KBLA Talk 1580, a big thank you for your love and support.
You don't know how much you mean to me.
And by the way, if your smartphone did not update automatically, be sure to download our brand new KBLA 1580 app. We think you'll love all the new features, including new ways to send us photos and video in real time, whenever news breaks, while we're on the air. It's a new dawn, a new day for KBLA Talk 1580, and we're glad you're on this journey with us.
You never turned away, you were right there. Thank you, thank you.
Thanks for starting your morning off with a voice that speaks truth to power and the powerless, getting to the heart of what matters most in our community. This is where authentic conversation meets real action. From breaking news and politics to culture and community solutions, this is where you hear perspectives you won't hear anywhere else. This is where we come together, get informed, and make change happen. You're inside First Things First with Dominique DiPrima on KBLA Talk 1580.
Good morning, sunshine. You make my day.
Man, I feel like money. Man, I feel like money. They attracted to me. Oh, yeah. They come around like honey. They come around like honey. 'Cause I fly like a bee. Oh, yeah. Man, I got them all buzzing. Like back to back up in the mix like that. And I know you like it when it's just like that. Harder girlies just love my swag. From my kicks to the way I fix my hat. I'm back. Fresh like some new J's. Brody got next, NBA 2K, I'm 2K. Shaded with some ladies, reppin' my city. West LA, baby. West LA made me this way. 2 rules, stay fresh, homie, get paid. Hey, never broke and never bummy. I'm from where it's forever sunny. And I feel like money. Man, I feel like money. They attracted to me. Oh, yeah. They come around like honey. They come around like honey. 'Cause I fly like a bee. Oh, yeah. Man, I got them all buzzing. Like when I come around, round, they go. Yeah, it's going down, they go.
Welcome to Wealth Building Wednesdays, where we center Black, women, and BIPOC-owned businesses, highlight opportunities and initiatives for underrepresented entrepreneurs, and center socially innovative enterprises, building generational prosperity, fostering real networking, and recycling Black dollars. It's Wealth Building Wednesdays on KBLA Talk 1580.
I love it when things converge and a plan comes together. I'm welcoming on to this Wealth Building Wednesday the owner of Sun Goddess Beauty Center in Gardena. She also happens to be an African-focused trailblazer, and she's traveled with us many times. She's on the board of African Focus, but we're not here to talk about that. We're here to talk about her Black-owned business, Sun Goddess. Patrice Harris, welcome.
Well, Grand Rising, gods and goddesses.
Indeed. Grand Rising. So look, I feel like I know you as a person, and you are an intrepid adventurer, a cultural warrior, and an outspoken and beautiful woman, but I don't know that much about you as an entrepreneur. So let's talk about Sun Goddess Beauty Center. How long? It's been there for a minute, right?
Yes. About 19 years now.
Wow.
I can't believe time is flying by like that. But yes, I was in my first location for 10 years, and then I moved down the street to a larger space, and I've been there 9 years now.
Wow, congratulations. We know most small businesses, Black-owned or otherwise, don't make it past 2 years. So 19 is quite a thing. You're at 13965 Van Ness Avenue in Gardena. Tell me what you offer.
Yes, well, we are a full-service salon. When my dream and my goal was to open and have a natural hair salon, and so that's what I specialize in. I've been a licensed cosmetologist now for 40-something years. But the last 25 years, I've specialized in natural hair. And so my dream was to have all natural hair stylists, but, it didn't work out that way. So I have other stylists that offer a variety of services. And so, but my focus is on natural hair care. When I joined that bandwagon, when I went that way, a lot of my clients decided, I didn't force anybody. I just started taking, natural hair clients, and then my other clients would see it, and they were like, I think I want to try that. I want to do that because, they would see how pretty their hair was and how it was growing, and just the everyday worrying about the hair, because I'm a swimmer. I love to swim, and and I like to be active. I have an active lifestyle, and wearing my hair straight, well, a relaxer. I wore a relaxer for 25 years. It just didn't suit me anymore, and so when I went natural, and like I say, a lot of the clients, they decided that they wanted to go natural as well. And so we did the journey together, and here I am. And then I gave up I wore color for 20 years. So during the pandemic, I let my color grow out. And so I challenge a lot of my clients. Let's grow our color out together. Let's do this together. Let's go chemical free. And so a few of them did.
I don't know if I could follow that challenge.
Well, we had nothing else to do. It was during the pandemic. So, I was like, we're not going nowhere anywhere. So, a few of them did. And I love my salt and pepper. And I because, coloring my hair every 6 weeks, it just became a chore. And, 40 years worth of chemicals, that was enough.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you'd say, you've been doing hair for 40 years. Hard to believe because you're about 40. So, but why is chemical free so important? I mean, I've seen more stuff coming out about how all hair care products, but particularly Black women's hair care products, the relaxers, and some of the color is causing cancer and different things. That is it any more of an issue for us than for anybody else? And do you think that's part of what's driving the natural hair sort of revolution that we're having now?
Yes. Well, also, I work with Black women for wellness as well. And, the toxins and the chemicals that are in our products, it seems like, they use, something can say organic, but how is it really organic? It seems like that there's more in our products that, we can have certain lines that come out and they're very good, right? But then they're sold, and then the quality of the products or the quality of the ingredients that they say that they're using is very low. And we know that some manufacturers, when it comes to us dealing with, people, not melanated people, they don't care. They use, the lowest quality. And I recall one time I went into this beauty supply that the son had inherited from his father. And he said, "You see all this?" The salon, the beauty supply was packed, full of products from the ceiling to the floor, the shelves full, right? And he said, "You see all these products on the shelves?" I said, "Yeah." He said, "The packaging is worth more than the product, than the ingredients." And that was an eye opener for me. And that was about 30 years ago. And
wow. Yeah, I feel like there's more Black-owned products now. There's, stuff I have in my hair right this minute. I got some mixed chicks in there. I got some kinky curly. And I remember one trip to Africa, I went with my hair straight, and it snapped back to Africa within like a couple hours. And Sun Goddess had all these things in her suitcase. She saved my life from crazy hair for 2 weeks. But so they've gotten better, but yet and still, I'm looking at this article on the Associated Press, and it's saying pretty much what you said, which is Black women's hair care products are now being flagged for safety problems, safety hazards, carcinogens, which cause cancer, and that is, and also the synthetic braids, because some folks go natural and then we get synthetic hair in. Yeah. And, I was reading that a lot of it has formaldehyde and all kinds of other processing things. So are we meant to be using human hair? Do we need to process that synthetic hair before we put it in? You make a good point about Black-owned product lines that then get sold and we don't know what's going on with them. How do you stay safe in that environment?
Well, for one, I like to get our women, our young girls when they're young, and teach them how to care and love their own hair, because we have hair. I don't understand, why do we have to buy hair when God gave us a beautiful head of hair? We have the strongest hair on the planet. Our hair, the coils that come, it spirals up to the universe. So I just don't understand why we have to feel like we have to buy hair.
So when you say natural, you're talking about natural. No,
I'm talking about natural.
Natural, not even adding hair.
Yes, you have, yes. When I see our babies and I see our girls, I always say, "Oh, your hair is so beautiful," and I make that point to even tell their mothers, their hair is so pretty, And a lot of my young clients, that I've taken care of their hair, that their mothers, bring their daughters to me, and it's like their hair is so beautiful. And then once they are going to the prom and they have to get that weave, I'd be like, "I'm telling you right now, once you do it, it's not coming back." And it seems like, we lose half of them to that weave. And
when you say once you do it, it's not coming back, meaning that you'll get addicted to the look, or that it'll ruin your hair?
Yeah, it's like once they get that first weave, it's like they're not coming back to their natural hair. But we, during the pandemic, we had this, and before the pandemic, we had this natural hair, boom,
Yep.
Everybody was into the natural hair, and I was like, "Oh, okay." I thought my job was done,
Right, and then the invasion
of
the wigs.
They're wearing the braids down past the butt now.
Yeah, and the wigs, the lace fronts.
Yes, because
when we were in Nigeria, Patrice, there were I've never seen so many wigs. When we were in Nigeria in Lagos, it's like everyone had the same bob cut, center part, lace front wig.
Yes. Well, they emulate everything that we do here. And, unfortunately, the young celebrities, the rappers, the entertainers, our young girls want to emulate them. They want to look like them. So when they're wearing the hair down past the butt, then now that's what they want to do. And then, we set the trend around the world. So now everyone wants to, be like Americans, African Americans. So
you want to stay with me for a little bit? I gotta keep it moving, but I still have more questions for you. And we got off on this tangent about hair because you're an expert and I got questions, but I want to make sure we give some shine to your business as well. You stay with Patrice Harris is my guest. She's the owner of Sun Goddess Beauty Center in Gardena, and she's an African focus trailblazer. In fact, Patrice was one of the first persons to sign up when we had the zany idea to take folks to Africa. Back in 2016, she was one of the first people to sign up, and she was one of the people that made me say, hey, maybe this will work. Maybe some people will actually come with me to Africa. So thank you, Patrice. You made it seem like it could happen. And we had some hair adventures in Africa as well. Sun Goddess Beauty Center is in our Wealth Building Wednesday Spotlight. I'm Dominique DiPrima for KBLA Talk 1580.
She's reclaiming her time on KBLA Talk 1580. More First Things First with Dominique DiPrima when we come forward.
At KBLA Talk 1580, we're proud to be celebrating 4 years on the air, but we know we could not have made it this far without you. We work hard every single day to curate conversations that will enlighten, encourage, and empower you. So, from all of us at KBLA Talk 1580, a big thank you for your love and support.
You don't know how much you mean to me.
And by the way, if your smartphone did not update automatically, be sure to download our brand new KBLA 1580 app. We think you'll love all the new features, including new ways to send us photos and video in real time, whenever news breaks, while we're on the air. It's a new dawn, a new day for KBLA Talk 1580, and we're glad you're on this journey with us.
You never turned away, you were right there. Thank you, thank you.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-550-9651. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS.
Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start.
Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems.
We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau.
You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call
800-550-9651. That's 800-550-9651.
Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
An official message from Medicare.
I turned 65 this year. I knew it was time to figure out Medicare, and I had questions, like when to enroll and how to enroll. So I went straight to the official source, Medicare.gov, to get the facts about Medicare. I found answers to all my questions, and I'm ready to get started. And so can you. Just go to Medicare.gov to get the real facts about Medicare.
Paid for by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services.
Are you having trouble hearing? Hearing loss can devastate the quality of your life. Now, there's an affordable fix for you or your loved one. Rated the best hearing aids of 2025 by Forbes Health, Audion Hearing has the highest quality hearing aids at the lowest prices, starting at just $98 a pair.
I actually like them better than my old $5,000 hearing aid.
I could not believe how my hearing and life changed.
Join over 1 million happy customers by going to audionhearing.com. That's AUDIEN hearing.com.
The conversation continues right now with Dominique DiPrima on First Things First.
Talking with Patrice Harris. She's in our Wealth Building Wednesday Spotlight Sun Goddess Beauty Center, focusing on her business, but also what they're calling a crisis in black hair. There was a Consumer Reports study published this year. It said in 10 of the most popular synthetic braiding hair products were lead, benzene, and other cancer-causing or carcinogenic items. 80% of 4,000 beauty products found in an analysis done featured in The Guardian found that 80% of black beauty products had at least one moderately hazardous ingredient, and most had multiple. And these are things that can cause cancer, damage the respiratory system, toxic compounds in hair conditioners. And I would think about my former stylist, Luana, a beautiful lady who passed away from cancer. And I just always wondered if it was all the relaxers and dyes and all of the things that she put into her body. Rest in peace, Luana. You've gone the extreme route. You don't even like using synthetic hair at all. You want us to use the hair we have on our head. And you have enough clients to stay in business for 19 years.
Yes, I tell this quick story. This client walked through the door and she was scratching, and I looked at her and I immediately, she had just gotten her hair braided, and I'm like, she was like, I got to probably make an appointment with a dermatologist, but I think in her heart she knew it was that hair. That's why she came to the salon, and I'm like, it's that hair. And she's just scratching, and she's like, well, I got an appointment with a dermatologist. Is there something that you guys can put on it or this? I was like, no, you need to take that hair out. You just need to remove that hair. But she, I just got it done. I paid such and such for it and this and that. And I'm like, well, it's nothing I can do. You got to take that hair out. And that's what it was. It was the hair.
It's crazy. A study in 2022, I hadn't seen this, found that women who have used hair relaxers regularly, meaning more than 4 times a year, have a higher risk of uterine cancer.
Yes. Fibroids.
Fibroids too?
Yes.
Lord help us. So, do you help people transition? And I know I know most men don't really use the relaxers, although we do have the wave situation going on. But
and the weave, they're doing weaves now too.
The man weaves, yeah.
Yes.
Is that really popular?
Yes. I was at a party one time, and this guy, he was showing us how he had. Oh, yes. And I was sitting there with my mouth wide open. He was just bragging about that weave.
Wow. Oh, they want to make fun of us for our weaves and brag about theirs. Okay. So, but I go back and forth. Sometimes I have my hair blown out, but I don't. I stop relaxing it.
You used to relax your hair? Wow.
Yeah, like 25 years ago, I used to relax my hair.
Right.
Yeah, my hair I had more of it when I was very young. It was bigger.
Yes.
Anyway, do you help people transition? Is that one of the things you do?
Yes, I do, Dominique. Good question. Yes, I do. We'll come in and if their hair is, shoulder length or something, we'll can do a deep condition, steam treatment, trim it. I can do a set, or, usually a roller set works well. There's a couple of styles. It just depends on the texture of the hair, the length of the hair, the density of the hair, of what type of style we can get. Sometimes it's just best to, if you have enough new growth, just to cut it all off and just start over fresh.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
That's what I did when I stopped relaxing. All the big giant chop. But
yes.
What about all the damage? Like I think about, the glue and stuff people are putting on their head and the hairlines.
Oh my gosh, yes. The glue. That's the main thing. Wow. Because it's so full of, the toxins and the different chemicals, things we can't even pronounce. I just can't even imagine you putting glue on your fragile hairline. That is the most fragile part of our hair, is our hairline. And so now you're putting glue on there, and then on top of that, you're applying the hair, the piece that so when you remove that, you are damaging the hair follicles. And when the follicle around your forehead, if it's smooth like a baby's butt, the hair will not return. If you still have stubble, like, a man's face after he shaves, then you have a chance of your hair growing back.
So have
But
you
it might
nursed
still
people
be
back to
sparse,
health
so.
from, have you been able to get people's hair healthy back from glue or, being so fried, dyed, and laid to the side that it...
If it's smooth like a baby's behind, no.
Yeah.
But if you still have stubble there, yes, the hair can come back.
Wow. If it's shiny, you're out of luck. So tell us
Right,
about...
like the top of a man's head, bald head.
Yeah, right. That male pattern baldness, not coming back.
Mm-hmm.
So, and the styles ebb and flow, and we're in wig season. I remember when we first went to Ghana, everyone had wigs. Then when we came back in 2019, remember, everyone was natural. And now when I went back, the wigs were back. More in Nigeria than Ghana, though, to be honest.
Yeah,
but tell us about your services. How do we get help from you? What kinds of services do you offer? We got to do the business part of the business. I got all up in my hair questions and forgot to put the spotlight on Sun Goddess Beauty Center, which is where you can find them on Instagram.
Yes, we offer. I have braiders. I have a weaver because my stylists are they are renting booth space, so they can do what they want to do, but I do vet them before they, work there. So certain things that I just won't allow. And so we do between the stylists there that whatever you need, because like I said, some people come in and they might want to just wear braids until they get enough new growth where we can cut the relaxed hair out, or even the flat iron, because once you remove all of that curl pattern from the hair permanently, the hair is dead, just like if you had to put a relaxer on it. So we can remove that. So you can wear braids. There's a stylist there that can braid your hair. And so now with the hair, it's recommended that you cleanse it, wash it with vinegar to remove as much of the toxins out of the hair as possible.
The synthetic hair, yeah.
Yes, off the synthetic hair. And then I start locks. Every week somebody is starting locks. I'm starting locks, or, and I could tell people, you don't have to just wear locks. I do cuts. I went to barber school as well, so I know how to cut the hair. So I have plenty of clients that come in just to get keep their cut up, and then and they still color. I can't stop people from wearing color. So, but I use the best line of professional color that I can use on your hair. So I still offer that, and we do deep conditioning treatments. I do the steam treatment. And there's something that I'm working on. I want to open up a head spa. So if anyone wants to know what a head spa is, it's just like you going to a spa, but it's for your head. And so it's a special shampoo bowl, and you can get a shampoo for 30 to 40 minutes.
Wow.
And using different, organic products.
Like a facial for your head.
Yes. And the music, the sound. So that's my dream, to open that up.
Well, you be manifesting stuff. Morris wants to know if you got a product for hairless that doesn't create a cancer. We're up against news, traffic, and sports. I was going to say a hat, but I'm sure Patrice has something for you.
A product, aloe vera. I've been using just the aloe vera gel from Sprouts, the one that you drink.
Uh-huh.
That's what I'm using on my hair. My hair loves it.
Okay. Can't go wrong. Well, it's great to talk with you. Thank you for all the work you're doing to get people's heads together over there at the Sun Goddess Beauty Center. It is sun_goddess_beauty_center_ on Instagram. And you can find her there. Patrice, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Phone lines are open, 800-920-1580, 800-920-1580. Can't get enough of this Epstein File stuff. Haven't talked much about it. Maybe we will. Next, KBLA Talk 1580.
Say the quiet part out loud. KBLA Talk 1580.
I'm Bree Wood with BIN News Now. Cleanup is underway in parts of New Jersey and Westchester after flash floods damaged homes and stranded vehicles.
Got in there, got the cats, got the dogs, put them to higher ground.
I cry more for them than for my car.
2 women died in Plainfield where a house also exploded. Some areas saw up to 6 inches of rain and more flooding is possible today. A funeral was held for 26-year-old Taylor Walker, one of 4 people killed in a mass shooting outside a Chicago nightclub. Her mother has now lost 2 children to gun violence. 3 other victims were killed in the July 2nd shooting, and the club, Airdate, announced its closing permanently. And the City Council in Wichita, Kansas has suspended its diversity board to comply with federal rules and protect over $400 million in funding. The move follows a Trump administration order targeting DEI programs. Critics say it's a blow to civil rights efforts. Get BIN News now on demand 24/7 on the iHeartRadio app.
Think It Up is an initiative to activate student-powered, teacher-led learning projects. Students and teachers, how can you spark great learning experiences in your classrooms today? Join at thinkitup.org.
Is this the tether?
This is the KBLA Sports Minute with Ray Richardson.
Kendrick Lamar and Beyonce have been nominated for Emmy Awards for their halftime performances at NFL games. Lamar has 4 nominations for his halftime performance at last season's Super Bowl in New Orleans. The Compton native was nominated for Outstanding Live Variety Special, Outstanding Directing for a Variety Special, Outstanding Music Directing, and Outstanding Choreography. Beyonce was also nominated for Outstanding Live Variety Special for her performance on Christmas Day during halftime of the Houston Texans-Baltimore Ravens game in Houston. Beyonce did her performance with the HBCU Texas Southern University Ocean of Soul Marching Band. The Emmy Awards show is September 14th, 5 p.m. Pacific Time on CBS. Major League Baseball honored Hank Aaron last night during the All-Star game in Atlanta. Aaron passed Babe Ruth in 1974 to become, at that time, baseball's all-time home run leader. No debates, no speculation, just the info you need. That's your KBLA Sports Minute. I'm Ray Richardson on KBLA Talk 1580.
This is KBLA Talk 1580. Talk radio that's music to your ears. We're unapologetically progressive. KBLA Talk 1580.
Some things can steal your sunshine.
Ugh, I just got my hair done.
Sorry, the cooler's broken. Anyone see my flip-flops? Anyone?
But COVID-19 can steal a lot more.
I just took a COVID test. Ugh.
Prescription medications for COVID exist. If you test positive this summer, ask your doctor if they're right for you. Visit PfizerForAll.com/COVID-19 to learn more. Sponsored by Pfizer.
There's nothing like when you get that part from eBay and it just fits. Yeah, the first time. So you can do less of this and get right back to more of this. At eBay, you'll find all the parts you need, guaranteed to fit, at prices you'll love. Sounds good, doesn't it? eBay. Things people love. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
All I need is one mic.
With the KBLA Talk 1580 guest editorial, I'm Martin Gordon, chair of the Pasadena Community Coalition. Recently, I listened to a Tavis Smiley show conversation with James Farr. At one point, James said something that caught me off guard. Not because it wasn't true, but because it is. Black Altadena is gone. I know it may seem stupid and non-productive, but I stopped in that moment listening to Tavis and James. I broke down and cried. In the back of my mind, I told myself we can bring it back like it was. But James Farr's reality check hit me like a ton of bricks. My community is being murdered. I said murdered, not by the Altadena Eaton Canyon fire, but by the people we elect to protect us, and by greedy and gatekeeping nonprofits who cannot see the forest for the trees. For the first time since the fire, I truly feel and understand my wife's inconsolable pain. Because I'm struggling to find a path to recovery and at least some form of normalcy. My community is crumbling right in front of my face. Lack of funding to rebuild is slowly destroying us. Many of us can no longer hold out, and developers are gobbling up our property. When I hear voices like Tavis Smiley and James Farr speak truth to power on KBLA Talk 1580, it reminds me that we're not crazy, just unheard. Make no mistake here. KBLA delegation. This is war. And we, the people of Black Altadena, are losing. It's like waiting for reparation. Not gonna happen, brother. In this new orange man world, no one, no entity is persuaded by right or wrong. There is no consequence for doing the wrong thing, and no accolades or support for doing the right thing. Will war-torn Black Altadena survive? Your guess is as good as mine. But what have I got to lose? I'm in my 70s and don't have time to wait. Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. once suggested that riots break out when people have no hope. But there is nothing left to burn down in Altadena. I wish I could say I remain hopeful that my beloved community will rise again like a phoenix from the ashes. I wish I could. With a KBLA Talk 1580 guest editorial, I'm Martin Gordon, chair of the Pasadena Community Coalition. Pasadena Community Coalition at gmail.com. Reach out to me. As always, we welcome your feedback.
We knew you'd stick around. This is LA's home for progressive talk radio. Welcome back to KBLA Talk 1580.
Yeah, one thing I've been meaning to mention as a perfect follow-up to the conversation with Patrice is that you may have noticed that all the black hair care products are going up in prices faster than inflation of other items. Things like hair, wigs, styling tools, gels, all the products, because a lot of it comes from China, right? And China has a 145% tariff as of April. So we're starting to see the impact on the cost of black hair care products. India is also another place where we get human hair. And so this is just the beginning of the hair prices going up. And the crazy thing about that is maybe it'll end up saving some lives, because if that synthetic hair is full of lead, I don't know if the soaking it in vinegar will get that out. Lead and benzene and formaldehyde, which is supposed to be being banned for hair products because it causes cancer. Unless you're dead, you shouldn't have formaldehyde on your head. But now with all of the regulatory bodies being pulled back by this current administration, it may be that these high prices save us from our own styling nightmares. Although I doubt it, because I know how we are, and I include myself in this. I will skimp on other things and still spend on my hair. It's just, I call it the black woman's burden. So just as a side note, it's going to be, it's going to have an impact. I've heard some people say, I'm going to get my kids' hair braided, not my own, or, I'll cut it short, go fro, go to the old-fashioned wigs that don't require any glue or whatever. So yeah, Mercury's going retrograde, by the way. I'm laughing because I've been telling you guys that we were going to be talking with Dr. Abraham, and Dr. Abraham, Jerry Abraham, just canceled just moments ago. That's so Mercury retrograde, and that's kind of where we are this week. Mercury goes retrograde on Friday. If you don't believe in astrology, ignore this message. But that's what's going down. And so what does that mean? Communication, travel, missed buses, missed planes, cars broken down, computers won't start. Don't sign a new contract, but you can finish an old project, clean out a closet, reconnect with an old friend, even part of the SZA, Nicki Minaj, beef. SZA tweeted, Mercury retrograde. Don't get caught up, silly. It's definitely the wobble the few days before it goes fully retrograde, which is Friday. So give yourself some extra time, and go with the flow. Go look up an old friend. Go clean out a closet. Go finish a project you started. Go make up with a family member that you're feuding with. All of those things are favored under Mercury retrograde. Buying a car, a house, getting somewhere on time, doing a radio show, maybe not so much. So Trump is now saying that people who are interested in the Epstein Files are bad people. He also says it's boring, but it's not boring to his base. I was looking at something Amanda Seales. Oh, there's someone. Maybe I should pick a beef with her. No, I don't want that smoke. Amanda Seales. I don't want that smoke. She'll break me down.
She'll respond though.
Oh, yeah, she will. She's been on this show. She's been on Tavis's show a lot, but she's been on this show.
Look, Sis and Nikki got songs together. So. The receipts?
Oh, Lord. Amanda Seales is the only guest I've ever had on this show or any of my shows. Street Science, The Front Page, Home Turf, who made a video after coming on the show to say she enjoyed coming on the show and posted it on Instagram. That was so dope. I don't think I could go after her. But maybe if I get desperate enough. Anyway, I was looking at one of her videos, and she was talking about how she always thought the main assassination attempt on Trump was fake. And a lot of people think that. I mean, let's keep it real. She thinks that that's the quiet part out loud. She was showing video that appears to document a Secret Service agent escorting photographers so they could get better shots of Trump being allegedly shot. And what does that have to do with Epstein? Well, she claims that now that he's been elected and now that their MAGA agenda is moving forward fast, and it is moving forward very, very fast, that they don't need him anymore. So they're going to eliminate Trump. So that's why the Jeffrey Epstein situation is being allowed to fester and he's being thrown under the bus. I don't know about that theory. I mean, not that I'm starting a beef with her per se, but I just think that he got so used to what he said, I can stand in the middle of Fifth Avenue and shoot someone and get away with it, that he just thought he could not release this file and his base would go along with it. And maybe they still will, but it doesn't look like it. They're mad. Right now, they're throwing the Attorney General, Pam Bondi, under the bus. He says that she should release whatever she finds credible. But again, that's not going to satisfy the base, because that sounds like take out all the parts about me and leave in the other parts. Bondi already said there was a list, that Epstein kept a client list, and she said it was on her desk. And now they're saying there was no client list. And they released a video that's meant to prove that he committed suicide. I guess we're not supposed to say committed suicide, that he suicided himself. Because that's from the old days when suicide was a crime. So I guess we don't say that anymore. That he suicided himself. But all it's doing is making them more suspicious. And I love it, because this is the one thing that seems to have cut through the mist. And it goes back to what you were saying, Miles, about having receipts on people. Epstein seems like the ultimate person who would have receipts on people. He got millions of dollars. He got paid to be a consultant, a financial consultant, when he really didn't have the background to be a financial consultant. He became one of the most powerful people in the world, and I think he did it through receipts. He has lists of all the people that, of course, they have to have that. It's called a manifest. The flight manifest of who went to the island, right? There's tons of pictures of Trump and Epstein, some of them surrounded by underage girls. Why would he have all Prince Andrew and all these people coming there and having sex with minors and not keep receipts? Why would he not have a list?
Whose job would it be to release this list?
Department of Justice. The Department of Justice, the Attorney General. I mean, he said on the campaign trail, he said he might or might not. He didn't commit, actually, which is interesting, one of his rare moments of not lying. But, I mean, unless, are you talking about like an anonymous or a whistleblower of some kind?
I mean, look, there are people who hit print on those papers, that put it on this person's desk, that actually, you know what I mean? Like, there's a bunch of hands these things go through before it gets to the people who are supposed before the official press release comes out. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just asking, if we're in this age of truth, like, whose job with a changing hand should it stop and be like, you know what, that person is the one who exposed the truth?
Yeah, well, that's a whistleblower that you're talking about. But in official circles, it should be the Attorney General, right? And the funny thing is that this president is getting bit in the butt by his own conspiracy theories. You know, he always talks about the deep state and the elites and, you know, everybody being pedophiles from Hillary Clinton to whoever else he's called a pedophile. And now it's getting turned on him because they are hiding stuff. And to me, it's not really confusing. Clearly, he had a relationship with this guy. Clearly, he was hanging out at his parties. There's at least 4 pictures of him, Melania, Galeen, just whatever her name is, Maxwell, his madam, his pimp lady. So now they're trying to get the attorney general to step down. She says she won't. But I think this is going to be a problem for the president. And I don't think he's just going to be able to explain it away. And to be honest with you, it may end up costing the attorney general her job. But I don't know that Amanda Seales is right. I don't know that Peter Thiel and the Broligarchs are ready to put J.D. Vance in the White House and throw Trump under the bus. I think that he's still a convenient puppet. And he still remains an effective liar. What do y'all think? 800-920-1580. I don't even need to see the list. I know you were there. And then the woman, this guy Epstein supposedly commits suicide. The woman who accused Prince Andrew and who's in a photo with him also suddenly suicides herself. If it's all a conspiracy theory, it's a conspiracy theory that's surrounded by a lot of very suspicious facts. I just don't think it's going away. Could this be the thing that will bring him down? Wishful thinking. 800-920-1580. I'm Dominique DiPrima for KBLA Talk 1580.
More of First Things First with Dominique DiPrima when we come forward.
Hello, family. This is Dr. Rosa Milligan, self-appointed mayor of South Central LA. I'm sounding the alarm. AI, artificial intelligence, is not coming. It's already here. Join me with a powerful Zoom seminar that will teach you how to use AI for your personal and business use. Go to mytechacademy.net or call 213-878-4742.
Let's be real. Too many black businesses missed out on COVID PPP loans because they weren't tech ready. We can't afford to be left behind again. This time, we must lead. Register today at mytechacademy.net or call 213-878-4742.
You know me, Dr. Rosa, trusted voice of the people, 50 years fighting for literacy, technology, and living trust education. And now, I got your back on AI. Go to mytechacademy.net or call 213-878-4742. Your future is calling. Answer it.
We've got a lot to talk about.
Hi, I'm Zoe Williams, a.k.a. the Voice of Reason, encouraging you to join me weekdays from 7 to 9 p.m. for the world's most intriguing relationship radio roundtable. Every night, I facilitate and encourage our loyal listeners to participate in the most engaging relationship discussions you'll hear anywhere. So make it a point to rendezvous with me, Zoe Williams, the Voice of Reason, Monday through Friday, 7 to 9 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Trust me, your relationships will never be the same. The VOR is on fire tonight.
Unapologetically progressive. KBLA Talk 1580. We've got your black. KBLA Talk 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
KBLA Talk 1580, connecting you with services and solutions. LA County's new Justice Care and Opportunities Department, or JCOD, is here to support justice-involved individuals and their families. The JCOD Support Center is now taking calls at 1-833-LACJCOD. That's 1-833-522-5263. Available 7 days a week from 6 a.m. to 11 p.m., the Support Center is your one-stop shop for re-entry issues and court support. They offer court reminders, lawyers, connections to local services, transportation assistance for housing, court appearances, and childcare. The JCOD hotline provides personalized help to connect you with services that you need. And don't forget to check out justiceconnect.org for more information. Remember, it's free and available every day at 1-833-522-5263. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
It's never too early to start talking about money in realistic ways with your kids. JP Morgan Chase navigates how to educate your kids now about creating long-lasting, healthy money habits. Whether your kids are in elementary school, high school, or college, now is a great time to start a conversation about ways to create healthy money habits as they grow, ultimately benefiting their financial future. Talking about money in a realistic way to support your kids' lifestyle and dreams, your first banking account geared towards high school or college. It's never too early. Explaining the basics, what you earn and what you spend, building financial confidence starts with getting organized. Learning and practicing vital money skills now will stay with them for life. Tools they will have to stay on top of their finances and achieve their goals. This segment is sponsored by JP Morgan Chase.
Heard any other talk radio lately that sounds anything like this? We didn't think so. You're listening to Unapologetically Progressive, KBLA Talk 1580.
They should just go ahead and release the files. What's going to happen anyway? I mean, we all know he's got 34 felonies. He ripped off the people at Trump University. He told you he's grabbing people by the nether regions. He lost a case against E. Jean Carroll, which means he's an adjudicated sex pest, sexual assaulter, and he's still president. So I don't know, release the files. Now he'll, now, and then what's going to happen? Nothing. I rather they just don't release them so they can continue to anger the base. But, because if he releases, ain't going to be no consequences. Real talk. So people were making fun of me because when I came back across the border to come into the United States, I was concerned. So I took things off my phone and I took certain precautions. And I recommend you do the same, even though people were clowning me and nothing happened to me and I was fine. But that's not the case for everyone. This Irish guy, he was here legally. He was just visiting. He's from Ireland. He was just visiting his girlfriend. He had a 90-day visa. And apparently he was supposed to go home, but then he got sick, so he couldn't fly. So he overstayed his visa by 3 days. ICE took him into detention and held him for 100 days. 100 days. This guy's a tech worker. He's Irish. White guy. If they'll do that to this dude, what will they do to you or me? I'm just saying. They sent him back to Ireland. And they banned him from coming into the U.S. for 10 years. So I guess his girlfriend is going to have to be traveling to Ireland if he wants to see her. That's crazy to me. This is a person who had a visa and he was 3 days over his visa. Will they count that in their 1 million that they're getting rid of in the first year? Probably. But, I mean, these stories, can you blame me for being a wee bit concerned? Yeah. Now there's this man who is a father of 3 U.S. Marines, young Marines. And he was taken, he's a landscaper. His name is Narcisco Barranco. See how I said that? That's why y'all think I'm Latino. No, I just speak Spanish, okay? I would be proud of it if I was, but I'm nosy, so I speak Spanish. Anyway, they arrested this man outside the IHOP in Santa Ana, and they had been holding him for 3 weeks. He's been in the U.S. since the 90s, doesn't have a criminal record. He was actually applying for this thing called parole in place, which is where if you're a family member, immediate relative of a military, you can apply for legal status. He was going through that application process. But they arrested him anyway. They beat him up, punched him, dislocated his shoulder, according to his kids. And they kept him in custody for 3 weeks. Family posted a bond. They let him out. This guy apparently threatened the agent with his weed whacker. But he doesn't have any violent history. He doesn't have a criminal history. I guess the guys just, when they were coming for him, he took what he had in his hand, which was his weed whacker, and threatened the agent with it. But again, this is where we are. Now, you can make the argument he's been here illegally since the 90s, but we were told you were going after criminals. And it seems to me, well, it's very clear now that's not the case. And when you want to talk about mission creep, this isn't mission creep, this is mission surge. And that surge, I believe, will grow because the money is there. The ice pockets just got real deep, 170 billion deep. President Trump is trying to throw Senator Adam Schiff under the bus. He's accused him of mortgage fraud, saying he misled lenders about his primary residence, saying it was in Washington rather than California to get a cheaper mortgage. Schiff says this is political retaliation, that it's just him trying to distract from the Epstein Files. It is, for me, following in the playbook of the enemies list. Because even if Epstein doesn't have a list, Trump surely does. And Schiff has to be on it as an impeachment manager, as a Democratic senator. And so here he comes. And again, this, I believe, will be one of the primary rounds of a long list of retaliatory prosecutions, retaliatory deportations. We already saw him going after Rosie O'Donnell, saying he's going to take away her citizenship. And so between taking away citizenship, taking people into ICE custody, throwing trumped-up charges at them, pun intended, it's getting really banana republic-y around here. And I'm quite sure Schiff, who is a lawyer, don't know anything really about the charges, haven't done a deep dive, but I can guess that they're bull, and that this is just Trump trying to get back at an effective adversary. Investigators for Fannie Mae said that they've concluded it didn't say that their crime had been committed, didn't say there was fraud committed. This is just Trump saying it. But since the Department of Justice is currently acting as his personal lawyers, there's more to come on this, I'm sure. He says there's an investigation by the Financial Crimes Division of Fannie Mae. Yeah. So I'm pretty sure Schiff will rigorously defend himself. I'm not super worried about him, but I'm sure he's on the enemies list. We've got things in motion next hour. We're going to see. We'll have something amazing for you when we come forward. KBLA Talk 1580.
KBLA 1580 Santa Monica.
I'm Bree Wood with BIN News Now. Cleanup is underway in parts of New Jersey and Westchester after flash floods damaged homes and stranded vehicles.
Got in there, got the cats, got the dogs, put them to higher ground.
I cried